Once upon a time, on a planet called Earth, two competitors will enter. One will leave victorious. Nickel City X-Wing. The game starts now.
Welcome back to Nickel City X-Wing. I hope. Looks like the connection's starting to do its shit the bedness thing. Alright. So this is going to be a banger. We've got BenJammin versus ColdHardFax. And listen, the Hondo on R2D2 is not Hondo. This is a homebrew Jar Jar card I made. So it's Jar Jar Binks. It equips with this side face up. While you attack, if the attack is range 1, you roll 1 less die. While you defend, if the attack is range 3, you roll 1 less die. While you defend or perform an attack, if you only have blank results or have 2 or more results, you may flip this card. When the card flips, it becomes Darth Jar Jar with a reoccurring force that says while you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 force to roll an additional die. And then Ben is playing my 4 pancake list. So who's your bet on? Yep, it's heroically triggered. Is this ridiculous? It absolutely is. But hey, it's a fun night. We're having fun. Let's make the most of it. Looks like we're ready to go. Time has started. And there's a 4 forward with the freighter captain. And he'll focus. So Ben has initiative. 4 forward from R2 and the stress. Padme will boost. Obi-Wan 5 forward. And Han continuing the forward tradition here. Goes for a target lock. And is going to put that onto that rock right there. Stop complaining and embrace the pancakes. Or am I? Psionic betting on to ColdHardFax in the Republic. We'll see. We will see. Looks like we're set. They're both having trouble figuring out what they want to do here. Judge stalling. Not wrong. And there's a sloop from the freighter captain. 4 forward from the other freighter captain into a focus. R2, 2 forward, clear strace. And gonna give an Ahsoka Tano. And give someone a red focus here. And gives Anakin a red focus. And R2 takes a calculate. Lando, 1 forward. Focuses. Anakin. Clear stress. And we'll go for a lock. False cab transponder codes jams the lock off. Padme, 5 straight over the asteroid. We'll roll for damage. Never punished. Does get an evade action. Deathmark says, so is this 44 hole shield the most that can be fielded in a 200-point game of all factions? I wonder. Obi 5 tune control boosts, looks like. I wonder if this is the max you can do. Can't fit 3 decimators, right? How many VCXs can you get? You can do 6 Y-Wings for 48 HP. All right. Deslin coming in. So this is 2 versus 3 on to Padme Amidala. And he can only change one of these eyeballs. He spends a force for 1. And Padme gets the evade. Obi-Wan, range 3 onto the yellow freighter captain. The roll. That's gonna be hit, crit. And Obi-Wan will just spend and not even worry about his focus. And the freighter captain will and take 2 shields, spend his focus. Lando has Padme. 2 versus 3 on the Padme. You're right. Close betting. When you write, you write. And Lando could take a stress. Won't. Padme's gonna have to spend her token. Anakin, range 3, unobstructed. 2 dice. Or 2 natties. And the freighter captain will take it. This list is playing out exactly how it's supposed to. The freighter captain's soaking in damage while you know, do stuff. Here's Padme. I'm the freighter captain. For 1. R2-D2 better be necessary, and he better get in combat soon. Another one gets in on the freighter captain. Two v2 now from the freighter captain on the Padme. For nothing. Padme rolled an evade anyway. And we go back to dials. A reminder that the Hondo Onaka on R2D2 is a homebrew Jar Jar card that I'm very excited for, but I need him to get into the fight. Yeah, remember Greedo on your one hit. I'm having the time of my life. I think you should take it as a compliment. I mean, what would you be flying otherwise? Some first order monstrosity, maybe like double punishers or something. Instead, you're flying 4 pancakes with the capability to almost do damage. Like, how is that not better? You gotta have fun sometimes, right? Anakin will almost certainly be barrel rolling and trying to get a proton torpedo off. Han is not anywhere near where you'd like to be, but Padme is venturing a little bit into the abyss. Just look at it though, 4 pancakes. I think the scum list relies on the opponent laugh so hard it just makes me say, I'll tell you what, I've flown a version of this, like Ben flavored it a little bit to his taste, but I have flown a version of this and I'm 3-1 with it. But basically what you got to do is you got to get one of these wild space fringers in there, or the freighter captains in there, to like gum up the works. Block. There's the one forward from green. Does not bump. We'll get an action. And we'll go for a lock. And we'll take it onto Padme. Biohexacrypt codes. Jams Padme. Yeah, well, it jams you, not him. So he gets the lock. So that doesn't clear for yellow. And I wonder if that's going to gum up everything. And here's R2-D2. And they're going to Ahsoka. Does he Ahsoka onto Anakin? Candy Clarinet, you've dropped in on the best game ever. We've got a homebrew Jar Jar card and a 4 pancake list that is particularly amazing. And it's going to give a focus to Obi-Wan. That'll also give a stress. Lando, 3 banks. That clears. Lando can take a focus if you'd want. Maybe a target lock. Depends how he's feeling. Probably want to focus though, since Lando's ability is essentially a target lock. Padme 3 hard. And loses the jam. Will get an action though. What action is Padme going to do? Padme thinking about a barrel roll or a focus here. And it's going to be a barrel roll. Anakin. Spend a force to barrel roll. So barrel roll right back and it just fits. And 5 forward. I think you take this Pro Torp, or well, I guess you have Plasma Torp, so I guess it's smarter to go in onto Han. Yeah, it's a Plasma, so it's smarter to go in on Han because Plasma wouldn't have any effect on yellow. What is the Jar Jar card? The Jar Jar card states that when you attack at range 1 or defend at range 3, roll 1 less die. If you roll blanks and have 2 or more results, then you flip the card, and the back is a Darth Jar Jar card, which grants a force, and you can spend a force to roll 1 extra die. FTC's a boost here. And Obi-Wan will take a lock. On now. 1 bank. Faster. On range 1 into Padme Amidala. Will only be able to modify 1 eyeball. Greedo for a crit, spends the lock, can modify an eyeball. And mauls for hit, crit into Padme. Padme rolls 2 eyeballs. That's all going through on the Padme. And let's see what this crit is. It's a blinded pilot. How's it feel when you can't modify Padme? Obi-Wan. Vader Captain is range 1 in bullseye, just in bullseye there. So Obi-Wan is going to get 3 dice banger with an extra focus on the side. Here's the roll from Obi. And that is 1 hit and an eye. And Obi will probably spend the target lock. Spends the target lock. On 2. All right, works. We'll spend a force for the focus. And 4 go into the Vader Captain, who lives on 2. Now, Lando Calrissian. And go range 3 on Padme. 2 dice. On to 3 for Padme. Lando rolls. We'll take... Ooh. Yeah. Can modify both. Padme. Oh, dead. Padme dies. I'm sorry, you were complaining about this list? You just nuked Padme off the board. Never complain. Padme will get a shot back. Range 1 into the freighter captain, 3-on-1. Padme for 2. The freighter captain, dead. Plasma torpedo. Spin the lock. Or hit crit. That's gonna be good. And so that's a shield. The crit changes to a hit. So no, it does. So you lose a shield and then you take the dice result. Right, so the attack hit, you lose a shield, and now you take the results of the damage. And that's a panicked pilot on hand. Crit results are canceled. Yeah, okay. So the crit still goes through. So Han takes a banger. And now the Space Fringers got range 3 on Anakin with no mods, or range 2 on Obi-Wan with mods. So this is 2v3 on Anakin. Or, oh, it looks like it was going to be 2 hits and then it just rolled. And Anakin gets an evade, doesn't matter. Stop having shit die before R2-D2 gets in. I really want this Jar Jar card to get played. We do have a scoring update.
The score now is ColdHardFax 43, BenJammin 44.
So a slight lead for Ben. See, what you need to do is you need to get this freighter captain all up in Obi-Wan and Anakin's face. Start getting some blocks and some unmodded shots. You can start force starving Obi-Wan, make Anakin not be able to do his barrel roll. Don't know where Lando's gonna go here. Looks like we're ready to go. Green or forward. That's exactly what needs to happen. And gonna take a lock onto Anakin. R2D2. This better be a bank in. Thank you. Anakin or R2 will Ahsoka. But who's that Ahsoka coming on? And it's going to go onto Anakin. Anakin gets a focus and a stress. Lando now. One banks, clear stress, regain stress. We'll have to roll for the debris. Roll. Safe. Never punished. Anakin barrel rolls. It looks like he's got a 3 bank dialed in. How far and how fast? The 3 bank for sure clears. Lose stress, gains evade, and we'll get an action. Could attempt a boost. And boost left right into that little slot there, that little street. Nice move. Obi. Oh my gosh, what a sloop. And one stress coming off of Han. Han's going to get this first shot. Han thinking about his shot options. And it's going to be a shot into Obi-Wan. Two V3 into Obi-Wan. For 1. And Greedo's that into a crit. Obi-Wan gets an evade. Obi-Wan now with a shot. Range 1 into the wild space. I keep saying wild space frontier. It's the freighter captain. Freighter captain. Obi-Wan for 1. You spend a force here. Doesn't. And shield goes in. You don't fly YTs for defense. Lando, 3-on-2 here. Lando, oh, nothing. R2 rolls anyway. Paint! Damn it! None of us wanted paint. Damn it! Anakin on Han Solo. Or 3. He already agreed, so that's a hit. On rolls blank. So that brings Han down to 4. We'll be so upset. R2. Has range 2 on Lando, range 2 on Green. Two dice. All right, so no, can be at Han. 2 versus 2. You haven't even rolled a blank. A blank. Come on, man. Do you want this Jar Jar to flip or not? Space Fringer. Don't think Space Fringer has anything. We'll go back to dials. Oh, wait, sorry. Obviously has Obi-Wan. What am I doing? Or 1, 2. 2 on Obi. Obi rolls. And puts the shield in. We go back to dials. Han should be moving fast here. Well, maybe not. Still stressed. We'll see. Score now 76-44. Favor of ColdHardFax. And Jar Jar still hasn't flipped, which is just disappointing for everyone involved. Could flip out on a green dice roll if it's obstructed. Looks like we're ready. Raider Captain. Tactical bump. R2, 1 forward. Will Ahsoka. Red focus while stressed onto Obi-Wan. And good. Takes the lock on the freighter captain. Lando with the bank. And a focus. Anakin thinking about a barrel roll. Can only barrel roll what? Anakin will just keep it. Slides in front of Han. Anakin thinking about his action here. Might think about using this time for a free target lock. Not really free, you pay for it with your action step. And he will take a target lock. Who's it going to be on, though? And is it going to be on Han? Looks like he's thinking about it being on Han. But they'll take it on Lando instead. So, goes in on Lando. Obi does bump. Clears one of his stress. Han bumps. And Han will clear one of his stress. Or clear his last stress. And this is going to be on to Obi-Wan. 2 versus her order. Unfortunately, it's 2v1. So this is one hit on Jar Jar, or on R2. Yes. So it turns back. He modifies first, and then Greedo modifies it back. And R2 takes a shield. Yeah. Obi-Wan, no shots. And Lando. Doesn't have Obi-Wan. So this is on Jar Jar. 2 versus 2. Lando ability. Or 2 hits. Jar gets one evade. Stupid Y-wing. Anakin, nothing. Jar Jar, range 1 into the green freighter captain, or range 3 onto Han? So, range 1 on the green. Oh, it's a crit. 1 crit. And he spends the lock on the crit. It's a blank! It's a blank! Jar Jar flips! You can spend a force to add 1 die. So there it is. Darth Jar Jar is active. This will be range 1 from the freighter captain on to Anakin Skywalker in the N1 for 2. And he's going to spend the lock. And it stays 2. Anakin will roll. Just needs 1 paint to avoid it. Is fine. Spends the force, takes no damage. We go back to dials with Darth Jar Jar. I literally don't care what happens the rest of the game. So Jar Jar is active. He can now spend a force to roll an extra die. It is not limited to primary. It's not limited to anything. Just any force on offense or defense. Here we go. Raider Captain. Doesn't move. R2 bumps. And can still Ahsoka. Gives Obi a focus. And another stress. So Obi has 2 stress again. Lando, 3 forward. Gets rid of stress. And we'll take that stress back to boost left. Anakin. Spends it to go forward. Takes the evade. And a focus. Obi clears. Gets rid of 1 force. Or 1 stress. And Han the fast move 4 forward. If you're wanting to play in a free-for-all tomorrow for charity, please sign up. Exclamation point sign up. And it looks like Han is going to lock. Who is he going to lock exactly? He's going to lock that asteroid there. So Han, first shot. Range 3 onto Jar Jar. 2v2 onto Jar Jar. onto R2. And he'll spend a dice for 2v3. And R2 gets to calculate for his ability. On for Mauls for 1. And R2 evades. Obi-Wan, range 2 onto Han, or hit crit on. Takes 2. One's a crit. See what that crit is. The stunned pilot. Won't matter with Kira. Oh man. Let me read this. After you execute a meteor, if you move through overlapping obstacles, suffer 1 damage. Kira, while you move and perform attacks, you ignore obstacles that you are locking. I think it ignores it. It's probably the same. It's the same thing as like struts, right? Like if the struts aren't up and you go onto an asteroid, even before you turn them up, then it goes. But if you're on the asteroid and you go, you ignore it. So I think it's the same thing. So I think you're fine. We'll call you're fine for now until someone tells me recently, but we'll just operate on the fact that we're fine. I think we all got what we wanted here, and that's the Darth Jar Jar. Gonna maul back a force. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who cares? I thought if you're ignoring it. R2, range 3 onto Han. Or nothing. So we'll spend the calculate for 1. Han, 1 evade. So this is going to be a 3v3 at Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan has to focus. Like a strutted drone has to live on that rock. You're probably right, but we're playing with a homebrew card here. Like, it's not that. It's not that important. Han's almost dead anyway. Yeah, definitely street rules. I like that. A street rules game. We should do more of these. And hey, while they're in thing, I'll take this time to plug some stuff. If you enjoy our community, why not join the Discord? Exclamation point Discord in chat. If you want to play, exclamation point signups. And I don't know. Hang out with us. Give us a follow. And a lock onto R2 here from the freighter captain. There is the 3 bank from R2. But you might just take a target lock here, knowing he's going to get a calculate. Locks Han. Lando, 1 banks. I'll go for a lock. I don't think that's going to hit anything. Anakin will spend force to barrel roll. And the 3 bank. See evade. And a focus. Obi-Wan. 2 banks. Clear stress. And focuses. On. Straight forward. Clears the stress and gains the stress to boost left. Box time? No, bedtime. Good night. Have a nice night. See you tomorrow. Han's got a range. 4 on 4 onto Obi-Wan here. And Han, only 2. Burritos 1 into a crit. Obi rolls. Oh, man. 3 evades. And it's just in bullseye, so 2 and a eye for Obi. 3 hits here would kill him. And just spends... Oh, I forgot he rolls so many dice. And evaded. Lando's got nothing. And Anakin now. 2 on 2 for 1. Raider Captain gets the evade. See, agile as all hell. No shots for R2. And Freighter Captain will go 2v1 onto R2D2. R2 could spend a force to make it 2v2. Only 1. And the reroll for 2. R2. That's a blank. R2 takes 2. And you're only 6 points down in this game. Yeah. I don't know what you're what you're so mad about. You're as far as I'm concerned, you're practically winning. R2. Got 16 minutes left in this match. It is only a 6-point game, but Han, you gotta think, is dying soon. Plus 9 plus? What does that mean? Too hard from green, and it clears. And he will rotate. I'll be right back. Just gotta get the door. And it looks like Lando will boost left. Anakin now. Yeah, holding that clears. Anakin gets the evade. And he barrel rolls back into the front. What a move. Obi, too hard. Fine-tune controlled barrel roll. And takes the target lock onto Han. Han. The one bank. And we'll take a boost to the left. Han will get the shot. Two versus four onto Obi-Wan Kenobi. Natties. Obi-Wan spends a force. Voids. Damage there. Two on two. Was it in? Was it? Spends the lock. And it's going to be hit crit into Han. Han blanks out and dies. Han off the board. Anakin. Lando does have R2. So So this could be 2v2 here. And we'll spend for Darth Jar Jar. Make it 2v3. And that's it. Just one. Rolls 2 evades. Anakin. Range 1. 3 dice on to Lando. Or, oh, hit, crit, natties. Lando rolls. Oh, and he L3's the roll. And he can't spend the lock, so only one hit. And Lando evades. The beautiful L3 spend. R2 won't get a shot. 2v2 on to Anakin here. Roll. 2 crits. And Anakin, no problem. We go back to dials. R2 OP. And 4 straight and a boost to the right. R2 with the 2 hard. Do we get a barrel roll here? And we will get a barrel roll. Four forward from Lando, who stays stressed. Anakin barrel rolls and then Talon rolls. Obi-Wan does have extreme maneuvers. Do it. Do it. It's going to be a fine-tuned control into an extreme maneuver. With a focus. Obi-Wan has Lando in bullseye. Range 1. This is a banger into Lando. Or hit crit. Spends the focus for hit crit Lando. And that takes down Lando's shields. You can see what he rolls first, right? Oh, Lando. You guys like how I asked you the ruling on the card I made? Anakin. We'll fire a plasma torpedo just to get that extra die. What up, Dutch? How's it going, bud? Hit crit. Spends the lock. And stays hit crit. Lando will take hit crit. And that's a fuel leak. R2 has obstructed range 2. Will Darth Jar Jar for an extra die. And hit crit. And Lando will take a crit. And that'll be half points and another one because of so it's damage sensor array on Lando. And the extra damage goes through. Well, I'm glad to be streaming, Dutch. Here's the thing, though. This game is street rules. Like, I've got a homebrew Darth Jar Jar card on R2. And, of course, Ben's flying my famous pancake list. We go back to dials with one turn remaining. Ben probably can't pull this out, but who cares? We had fun with Darth Jar Jar. One forward there. So it's the card I made, completely homebrewed. So it starts as just Jar Jar. It's a crew slot for the Republic. Starts as Jar Jar. Basically what it does is it denies your range bonuses as Jar Jar. Then if you have 2 or more results and you roll blanks, it flips into Darth Jar Jar, which then gives you a recurring force, and you can spend a force to roll 1 extra die when you defend or perform an attack. Anakin, 3 banks. Gets the evade. We just get maybe a barrel roll here. And Obi-Wan is just out of there. Wuss. Can we talk about how big of a coward Obi-Wan is? Running away with the last turn of the game, just running. Not even getting a shot. It's in place of Hondo and Naka, because they're both 6 points. Anakin, range 1 on to Lando. As timer goes. For hit crit. Lando takes it. R2 has Lando range 1. 4 dice from the Y-Wing. Primary shot. With Darth Jar Jar for 2. Lando. Darth Jar Jar MVP. He's so annoyed. I can hear it in his voice. He is so upset. Why'd you make me fly this piece of shit, Greg? Ben says this is the worst list he's ever played in his life. Here it is. Last shot onto Obi-Wan for 1. Obi, all the evades. There it is. See, it's the dice fault. You had negative 10.9 dice. It's not my fault. I made a list that wins. Yeah, it's Darth Jar Jar's fault, clearly. That so easily the best crew in the game. All right, thank you guys for playing. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow with a free-for-all, and I hope you guys can join us. Until then, let's raid our friend Britt. Is that a real light? Yes, it's a real light. Can turn it off. Turn it on. All right, guys, we're going to raid now. We'll see you later. Have a great night. Join us tomorrow. Open a second tab while you're watching Gold Squadron. We're going to be doing a fundraiser. And hope to see you guys soon. Later.
And like spin around like it was nothing and make it look super cute. You're like, oh my god, you're strong as hell.
It's the greatest game of all time.
Thank you very much, guys.